The state of Georgia versus Nydia Tisdale. Now, if you're in any other part of the country, I can understand that you may not feel interested in this case. Okay, you may not feel interested in this case, but it has a lot in here. It has a citizen journalist. Now, you need to understand that this young lady, Nydia Tisdale, does not work for a news network. She bought a video camera. She identifies herself as a citizen journalist, just goes, doesn't ask questions, videos, meetings, no matter where they're at, and then post them on a website for you to view. And that is actually how she self-identifies herself as a video journalist. That being said, the Nydia Tisdale versus the state, she was removed from Burt's pumpkin farm. This has private property rights. Okay, this has a lot in here for people to watch. There are First Amendment. There is freedom of the press, First Amendment. People watching this. Freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of people to peacefully to assemble. Okay, so the First Amendment, Foundation, freedom of speech, nationwide, coast to coast is watching this right here. And that being said, they seated the jury for the last 2 days, Monday and Tuesday. They've been trying to seat the jury. And today, open and arguments start. Nydia Tisdale's trial attorney is Bruce Harvey. Now, her attorney is Bruce Harvey pro bono. Now, listen to this, folks, okay? Now, I say alleged, and I still think, okay, Ray Lewis, you remember the Super Bowl that came down? We had an ice storm, but Super Bowl must go on in Atlanta. I forget who played in the Super Bowl in Atlanta, but remember that? And Ray Lewis was down here getting his party on, and he went up to Buckhead, and he allegedly, which I personally think, allegedly he killed somebody, Ray Lewis, and then went on to win Super Bowls and become highly acclaimed as a community icon in his area to help whatever. Okay? To this day, November 29th, I feel Ray Lewis got away with murder. But, you know, hey, thank you, Bruce Harvey. Right? Bruce Harvey was Ray Lewis's attorney that got him acquitted for murder. Just saying. So this is Nydia Tisdale's attorney, Bruce Harvey. Now, Bruce Harvey is doing this pro bono. Why? Why are you taking this case pro bono? Because Bruce Harvey may get to ask certain people questions that are very, you don't get to ask every day on the stand. Maybe that's a reason. But why? Now, don't forget, sources tell me, according to sources, that Nydia Tisdale this is her criminal case. She has 2 charges, 1 misdemeanor and 1 a felony against her. Okay? This is the criminal case in Dawsonville in Dawson County, Georgia. But my understanding in federal court, she has a $550,000 civil lawsuit filed against Dawson County. Okay? And probably will end up with 1 against the Burts. Probably. I'm just saying, I don't know where. But this doesn't end at $550,000 is my opinion, okay? If she's acquitted here. So Bruce Harvey is her attorney and is pro bono, okay? Meaning no charge. I'll do it. I got nothing else to do. I mean, since Ray got out and acquitted, things have been slow. So today, opening arguments start. All right. Now, I cannot report too many details right now in this case based on I have been subpoenaed myself. Okay. So I have been subpoenaed myself. So I'm leaving testimonial comments or comments concerning what my what I might say. Damn it. Anyhow. The Governor Deal, an investigator with the defense, which is Harvey's investigator, they called me. This guy, an investigator with the defense team for citizen journalist Nydia Tisdale, this investigator, they called me last Sunday before it started, the day before the trial, Sunday. And I answered the phone, and I said, because I answered the phone, they called. So I answered the phone, and I say, hello, how are you today? It's Sunday, what the hell do you want? And then the person says, well, we're an investigation company that's working for the defense attorney for Nydia Tisdale. Can you tell us what happened that day? I looked at my phone, like, really? Sunday afternoon, you call and ask me the day before the trial, like, what happened that day? Yeah, really? I said, you know what? I'll tell them in court, and I hung up the phone. An investigator with the defense team for the citizen journalist Nydia Tisdale said Tuesday that Governor Nathan Deal, former Attorney General Sam Olens, and several other state and federal officials have been served subpoenas and may be called as witnesses. You see, on that day, put the picture up there. Put the picture up. First of all, let's put up a couple pictures, Sam. Put up the, first of all, here's a picture of Nydia Tisdale and Sam Olens, okay? This is one that is going around the internet. This is of that day. I took this picture. This is my picture. So we get there, and Nydia Tisdale had just found out that Sam Olens, the then Attorney General of the state of Georgia, had won the case, her constitutional rights, First Amendment case, open government case. See, you have open government laws. It's the Red Book. Now, I'm going to tell you something that you're going to be interested in. The first Red Book I had, which is this one here, I have. Whatever the hell. Okay? I can't conjugate this morning. Anyhow, verbs don't come easy. Anyhow, the first Red Book, this is the Georgia Sunshine Law, okay? A Citizen's Guide to Open Government. So this book right here, Nydia Tisdale gave to me, your host. So she had just found out that she won, that Sam Olens had won the case against the city of Cummings, the city of Cummings, Georgia. Cumming, Georgia, or Cummings? I don't know. What the hell? But the city of Cumming, Georgia, she had just won the case of her freedom of speech had been violated, which I don't remember. Don't take this wrong. I don't know my numbers, but I think that resulted in about a 250 grand payout, somewhere around that. I think it was like $250,000 payout. I think somewhere around there, the numbers for Miss Tisdale at that time. So they just found out that week. So Sam Olens gets to the rally, Attorney General, and Nydia, she asked me, she said, "You mind taking a picture of myself and Attorney General Sam Olens?" Sure, I took the picture. Okay, this is important because I'm going to tell you about the picture. Well, Sam Olens is called to testify. Now go to the Dawsonville rally. It's called Deal and Perdue, or David and Nate. There you go. Okay, now this is the card that was put up on Facebook, Dawsonville rally. Okay, that's what it was called, open to the public. And on the left is your governor, Nathan Deal. He was at the rally. And then on your right was then candidate David Perdue, for senator, which is now Senator David Perdue. They were both at the rally that day and witnessed her being removed, okay? So they were there at this rally, and Nathan Deal has been called subpoenaed to testify, which Nathan Deal's office, just so you know, it is standard for the governor of the state of Georgia, the executive of the state of Georgia, like him or not, to send a subpoena like that to the Attorney General of the state of Georgia. So it's been sent over there. We'll see what happens. So I don't know if he's testifying. So that's the other one. And then there's the, picture that everybody has noticed watched on the internet, and this is the one where Nydia was removed. Did I send you that one? Okay. Well, I got it today. I didn't send it today. It doesn't say Tony. Yeah. Oh, is everybody hearing that or just me? Just me. Now, she comes on, let me set this up. She comes on, tells me like, oh, yeah, you sent it, right? But you can't hear it. But if she wants you to hear something, boom, she goes to the loudspeaker, folks. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. An all-girl network here. Okay, that's Nydia Tisdale right there, and that is Deputy. Now, let me explain this. This is then Deputy. Now, you see the gun on his side if you focus in, and you see his khakis, and you see his shirt. If I asked you now, this is important, folks. If I asked you now, because you don't see a badge, you do not see a badge, in that picture, does he give off the look of a deputy sheriff? Does he give off that look? If you walked in, now this is my question for you. If you walked in somewhere and you saw this guy, because you can't see the front of his shirt, and I can't tell you no more. Got to leave you hanging. But if you walked in and you saw this guy standing over, you noticed this guy. You see this guy. There you go. See, saw, seen. Oh, what a day it's going to be. So if you walk in and you see this guy, you didn't saw him already. You see this guy standing over next to that building, right? You see him there and you look at it. Would you pick up he may be the security detail that day? Just asking. Just asking. So this is the picture of her being forcibly removed from the property. So today they start opening arguments, and all the media is going to be sitting there. All the media will be sitting there in Georgia, and like I said, this is getting watched from coast to coast with certain groups. Certain groups are watching this coast to coast. Anyhow, I am your host, BKP. I will have more on this as I give my testimony. Then I will discuss this trial on the air. Now, we do have a reporter in the room. Bill Johnson, if you want to keep up with this, Bill Johnson at fetchyournews.com, Dawson. You go to fetchyournews.com, click on Dawson. Bill is writing this story. He did not sit through all of the jury selection. It got a little boring, but he did sit through the opening motions and how it started. He wrote an opening statement article, and he will be there this morning at 9 o'clock for the opening statements when it really takes off. So I will be back tomorrow morning at 8 as the trial continues. I will then share my testimony with you, the audience, not just with them in the courtroom. I'm going to take a break. We're going to come back. I want to talk to you about the ICBM. I want to talk to you about the tax plan. I want to talk to you about Marty and Joseph. A little bit of everything, but I'm your host, BKP. Don't forget, you can get involved in the show if you send us an email to chief@fetchyournews.com, chief@fetchyournews.com, and 706-889-9700. Take us to break, Sam.